friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany, and welcome to part 2 of gardening with me this year. We are planting all of my annuals. I'm so glad you're here. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we get into today's video, I have to give a huge thank you to our sponsor, Monarch. You guys know I wear a lot of hats every day, like I know so many of you do. Mom life, content creation, running a household, keeping up with schedules, groceries, bills, subscriptions, all of it. And honestly, one thing that has helped me feel less overwhelmed lately is using Monarch. What I really love about Monarch is it gives me one clean dashboard where I can see everything. Our accounts, spending, savings goals, even our overall net worth without having to jump between a million different banking apps or credit card portals. And one of the biggest things for me is that it allows for me to stay aware about our financial status without obsessing over it. I don't need 20 notifications a day stressing me out. I just want a simple, clear picture of our financial status so that I can make educated decisions for my family. One feature I've really been loving is how Monarch separates fixed spending from flexible spending, so I can really see where our money goes every month, and everything is customizable so it feels flexible, not restrictive. Danny and I have also been using it for our monthly money check-ins, which has honestly made conversations about finances feel calmer and way more productive because we're both looking at the exact same information. No surprises, no confusion, just clarity. Monarch uses AI-powered insights to help explain changes in spending or trends in your finances in plain English, which makes everything feel a lot less intimidating. And I love that Monarch is completely private and ad-free. You're the customer, not the product. They don't sell your data, and there are no ads cluttering up your experience. Setup was incredibly easy too, because Monarch syncs with over 13,000 different financial establishments, including major banks, credit cards, and investment accounts. So everything connected really quickly. And I appreciate that it works beautifully with both desktop and mobile because I'm constantly bouncing between the two throughout the day. You can start your free trial by scanning the QR code here on the screen or clicking the link at the top of my description box. And make sure to use my code Farmhouse50. That's gonna get you 50% off your first year. Now is the time to get total money clarity without added stress. Thank you again to Monarch for sponsoring today's video. Let's go ahead and get started. So if you missed part 1, you can go back and watch that. We planted up all of the planters, got all of my annuals that I ordered from Proven Winners Direct unpacked. It got them all into their planters, into the ground. Well, in today's video, you're gonna see me getting them into the ground. I did not film every single planting, just so that it wasn't super redundant, you know what I mean? But I'll walk you through and show you how everything turns out at the end. If you missed part 1, definitely go back and watch that so you can see the colorful annuals that we're adding this year. This year we went with a blue and white theme. I love it so far. Usually I do a pink, but this year I just wanted it to feel very neutral, very fresh, so that way when the fall comes around, it doesn't feel like the flowers that I have are fighting with my fall decor. That seems to happen every year. So go back and watch that video. I'll have it linked for you down in the description box. And I hope that you guys enjoy this. If you do, make sure that you subscribe. We'll be doing lots of gardening throughout the rest of the season. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, my friends, we're going to go ahead and get started by planting some things in the ground. I've got my fantastic helper today, my husband, Danny, God bless him. He's going to dig all the holes for us. So we are going to start by planting some of these sedum that I picked up. I was originally going to put these in pots to have them as a spiller. They kind of like drape over the side, but I decided to put them in the ground. Because I decided last minute to do that, I didn't buy like really high-end soil to plant these. So I'm just using what I have left in my potting mix, and it's going to be perfectly fine. Here's what I have learned living here in New England. I could literally just plop these in the ground and do absolutely nothing to them, and they would be perfectly fine. Things here just grow out of the sheer will of wanting to live. It's mind-blowing. So it's really not that big of a deal, but don't do what I'm doing. There's definitely a better way. There's definitely a better, more professional way. I'm also going to go ahead and plant this catmint and this other sedum. So he's just digging those holes for me. We are also going to be expanding our flower bed this year. I've talked about this several times in several different videos, so I'm really looking forward to that. But for now, this is what we're doing. So I am breaking up the root ball a little there at the bottom and then just mixing in the fresh soil with the native soil and then putting it, you know, into the ground here. And I still have to put in the mulch. So Danny actually just ordered the the dirt and the mulch. So that will be coming here probably for next weekend. And I am so excited to get this finished up. And then once he's out of school, we'll start working on expanding the flower bed. We're not going to work on any of that while he's still in school. Weekends are full of soccer and sports, and it's just way too busy. So yeah, so like I said, just going to break up the bottom of the root ball here a little bit and then plop it in, and hopefully we will be good to go. This, like I said, is a catmint. It's got beautiful purple flowers. Excuse me. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite plants to have in the garden. I think it's very romantic, very feminine, whimsy, and beautiful, and they do really well here typically. And this is the second year that we'll have this little corner garden right here. This was a newer one that we put in last year, and I really like it. Those hostas came in full force. I was always told hostas need to be in the shade, but I'm going to tell you right now, everything that I've been told needs to be in the shade does really well in the sun here at my house. My hydrangea, my hostas, everybody keeps telling me that they need to be in the shade, and I hear ya, but I'm here to tell ya, there's something about this New England soil. I don't know. They just do really well. So next up is going to be this David Austin Olivia rose. I can't wait for this thing to bloom. It has giant buds on it, and I just know this is going to be stunning. So yet again, just break up that root ball a little bit there at the bottom, which is what I'm doing, and mix it in. This one I didn't add any additional soil to because we have a lot of soil here in this flower bed. We put a ton of fresh soil in here last year, so I didn't need to add any more. So just going to go ahead and get that planted. And like I said, I cannot wait to see this thing bloom. I love roses. They're one of my absolute favorite flowers. They are my favorite flower. They're so pretty. I also am going to be planting the rest of our super petunias down here around this corner and on the opposite side. I don't know what happened. I guess I didn't film the other side, but I did put them on either side of the walkway right here to just act as a little drift. These will fill in and look really beautiful. These are super growers, you guys. It's mind-blowing how much these grow, and they will just keep growing until your first frost, and then they will die off. So if you decide to do super petunias, just know that you are getting way more, than you're paying. They just do so well. Just keep them watered, make sure they get lots and lots of sun, and they will do excellent. I did want to just mention also, I did see some comments on my last video when I was planting up my planters saying that they were too full, and totally hear you. You can absolutely plant less and give them, more room. But I have seen lots of people plant them very full, and they do perfectly fine. I found the cutest bird feeder. It's this beautiful farmhouse that looks like mine. It has a solar panel on it, so it lights up. So I just put some bird feed in it that I picked up at Walmart. We're just gonna go put it on a shepherd's hook. Okay, we are done for today. I am so glad. I am loving this honeysuckle in the pots. I'm also just realizing that I'm missing the little black piece that goes on this side. I just need to order a new one, I think. Those are just magnetic, so I just need to order some more. But anyway, I am loving the honeysuckle. Danny loves it as well. He was so helpful. He helped me dig all those holes, so we were able to get the other catmint in. I decided to plant the sedum in here. I was going to use it as a trailer, but I decided to just put it in here. It'll mound. I did decide to do the little drift of white petunias on both sides. I did 5 on this side, 3 on the other, because there wasn't as much room. And there's a lot more color on that side, so we'll be fine. But yeah, it looks really great. Next up, I need to do still some raking, and I need to put fresh mulch, which Danny is going to order, because he's also ordering dirt, because he's going to work on seeding the lawn, kind of working on trying to level it out a little bit. So yeah. And then over here, we did get the Olivia rose in. It's already got big, beautiful buds on it, so that should be really, really pretty. Just realizing that needs to be broken up, but we'll deal with that. I'm not going to deal with it tonight. I already put away the gloves. Did plant some bacopa just to bring in a little bit of white along the walkway. I just think that that looks really nice. Loving the cute little bird feeder. We'll see how long it takes for the birds to realize that it's there. I don't know. Also realizing we already have insects in the garden, so I need to address that, but I've got something destroying my knockout rose here, as you can see. So I've got to address that. Got some noisy birds today too. Goodness. I think they're robins. They might be blue jays. I can't tell. They're blue jays. And then over here on my hydrangea, there's still more we have to open. So these, there's a little worm that goes inside and closes these, and like to make their little cocoon or whatever. So you have to come in here and open them. Danny and I went through and opened up all of them earlier, although it would appear that some of them are still a little bit closed. So that's kind of annoying, but I am getting very excited about the peony cage here. I feel like it's going to work really well for this hydrangea to help give it some structure for the year. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. These are doing exceptionally well. I already showed those to you. I did decide to put the taller pot up there. I think it looks really, really pretty. And now I feel like I need one for this other side. I put this little one down there because I had that extra, but I feel like that's got to go somewhere else. And I'm going to need another one of those tall ones because it just looks so nice over there. It's like it was made for that little spot. So got the flowers here. I watered everything. I did go through and put some new uplights because I had a bunch that were broken. So when I was cleaning everything out, I did remove them and I did put new ones. So I've got them here, like all along the front of the house. And I really like the way that looks. I've got one going up to the porch, one going to the side over here, one going onto the bird feeder, one over here that like goes into the bushes, and then I've got the goosenecks that I turn on at night. So it just looks really pretty. I did not water my ferns. I'm just realizing I need to go water those, but I have to be done. We've got to go to Ronan's theater thing tonight. So we're gonna go do that, but everything is cruising. It looks really, really good, and I'm really happy with it. And I just think that it all looks really beautiful, and I'm glad that I did it and I got it done. I do have a little bit left over, so I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with it all. But yeah, trees are filling in with leaves. I don't know if you can see that, but they are turning green and beautiful. So let me go try to walk here to the back of the yard, and I'll show you. You can see all the trees that are budding up, but she's looking awfully beautiful. I'm so thankful we are finally at this point in the year because it was a very long winter. It is still chilly out here. It is clearly in the 50s, but it is still absolutely beautiful. So thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, and coming back for more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, my friends.